Save the children from becoming missing victims. We love our children, and so we have to tell them. Give them sufficient information to keep them safe. Remember, not knowing keeps you in the dark, and knowing makes you think and act. Let's talk about not becoming a victim of deceitful kidnapping, where someone we know betray us and take our children away from us. A real life situation happened where a 13-year-old girl was coming from dance classes and a vehicle stopped for her. She looked and then she entered the car, and that was the last of her. 5 days later, she was found dead in an open lot. She had been raped and left for dead. After investigations, it turned out that it was her father's co-worker who picked her up. And this callous man had a wife and three daughters, and yet he did that to someone's child. A gruesome crime. Wow, how did this happen? My opinion, opportunity. And we thinking that we know people. We don't. Why is it opportunity? She was walking home on a fairly lonely road when Mr. Opportunist came. Secondly, she knew him, and I think she felt safe. It's her dad's co-worker. She is not thinking about harm. Not going home, she saw someone she knew. If she had made a phone call before entering the vehicle or called out to someone, she maybe would still be alive. However, there are two types of missing person scenarios: missing with a trace, tell us who the child was with last. That phone call would have been important. And missing without a trace, tell us that we have no clue who the child was last seen with, vanished into thin air. People, talk to the children, let them know how important it is to let someone know who they are with or who they have gone with. Let's also try to prevent forceful abduction. Talk with the children, remind them to walk in groups, avoid lonely roads, and please remind them to be observant and to know their surroundings. Encourage them that when they're walking on the road, they are to stay away from the edge of the sidewalk and just to be street smart. I once saw a video of a mother and her four children walking, and they seemed a bit carefree, just strolling down the road, and a car stopped. A man rushed out from the left back passenger side of the vehicle and grabbed her smallest child and went back to the car. Bold, isn't he? And in daylight. Luckily for her, the passenger front window was down, and before the man could properly re enter and closed the car door, she thought quickly and acted fast, jumped through the front passenger window while her kids entered the car, and she fought for her child. All four of them fought, and they got the child back, and the vehicle sped off. Praise God. The outcome was positive. That's forceful abduction. We can mitigate it by talking to our children and give them proper information. Being careful walking on the road. In some countries, abduction is widespread, while in other countries, it's less prevalent. But with proper information and education, we can have far less victims. Pray for your children before they leave the house and thank the good Lord upon their return. Remind our children not to take ride from known and unknown strangers, not to open the house door for anyone. Stop following classmates to places without the knowledge of anyone knowing about it, and to tell us, the parents, where they're going and with whom. Tell them not to be lovers of money, luxury, and delicacies, which can lead them astray. Tell them never to sneak out of the home. We like being together as a family, safe and sound, supporting each other as we grow. Please subscribe, 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 like, share. Do you know any unknown strangers? Someone you trusted and they have betrayed you? Share your thoughts. Drop a comment below. Keep it safe by thinking safe.